on, guys? It's me, Parksy here, your coach of the NI Ariados. Today, in week 7 of the PBA, going to be going against Sly Gamer, who took over Hughes' team thanks to my guy, and he is the coach of the Canadian Bibarels. He has currently 2 wins and 4 losses. Not your Armados, I'm getting confused with the DGBA, sorry guys, but your NI Ariados are currently 4-2. We have came off a 2-loss loss streak, which is super unfortunate, and I really don't want to get my 3rd loss, because if we lose to this guy, then we might be kicked out of playoff contention, because currently I'm 7th and you need to be top 8 to be in playoffs. So if I beat this guy, and if I beat one of my 3 remaining matches, then that means that I should be able to secure playoffs. I'm going against Jason next week, then Rataman in a fortnight, and then Blank in 3 weeks. So his team is pretty darn scary. He's got Tapu Fini, Necrozma, Crocodile, Mismagius, Rodamo, Raichu, Z Terrakion, which I got in the DGBA, and it is so scary. Go up against Talonflame, Lanoon, Dragalge, and of course that Mega Scizor. So let's go to the team builder, where I decide to pick 6 Pokemon, hopefully to destroy this scary draft. So the first Pokemon I decided to bring was finally an offensive Zapdos. I said that I would try to bring offensive Zapdos, and I have. I got the Charlie Berry so I can survive an Adamant, Rock and EMZ Terrakion, and I have Heat Wave for the Mega Scizor. If it is an offensive Scizor, then I can Oko it. Signal Beam is very useful because I can take down the Crocodile, Rodamo, and also the Necrozma, and Discharge just for general stat. It did really well in my battle versus Quez last week. These guys do want to check that out. It will be on my channel, just you have to scroll back a week. So that's 2 or 3 videos you'll have to scroll back. Really, it's not that much. Next up, we're finally bringing my baby Alolan Sandslash. We're bringing Pluto to the battle, and Pluto had a half-decent matchup. I've got the Shuckerberry just so I can actually live in Earthquake with Crocodile and hopefully knock it out. As long as it's not Intimidate or Yachi or both. I've got the Rapid Spin just because rocks are kind of a nuisance, and since I'm bringing offensive Zapdos, then it didn't really seem fitting to bring a Defog Moltres. So it was the best option for Has removal after Zapdos. And Super Fang's very nice because his team doesn't have that much reliable recovery, so getting off Super Fangs and knocking down his Pokemon by 50% will be super nice. Next up, we've got Mega Shelder, which I love this team so much. I've got Mega Shelder, aka the Slowbro, with Scald, Psyshock, Slack Off, and Calm Mind. Rocking the Rindo Berry. This investment allows me to live a Rodamo, an offensive Rotomo's Leaf Storm. It also allows me to live a +6 Linoon's Seed Bomb, definitely, with my defense investment. Hoping no crits, because if he crits my Slowbro, then I basically lose, unless Iron Maiden can do something. But next up, we're bringing a Scolipede, my Scarab, with a Protect, 3 attacks, and of course the Poison Z. I didn't really feel any need to put speed investment, just because after Protect I outspeed his team. Actually, no, I outspeed the entirety of his team after +1, so even if I do underspeed something, I would just Protect. Next up, we've got Iron Maiden. It looked pretty good this game, just as a very good check to Tapu Fini. I can also take quite a few hits since it's especially defensive. I can take hits from the Rodamo as long as it's not Trick, Scarf, Respect, whatever. I'm running with Toxic because even though he's got Misty Surge, I feel like he won't predict me to bring Toxic knowing he's got Misty Surge. That's what I hope. Stealth Rock's very good against his team since he's got a Talonflame. I've got Iron Head just for general stab, so things can't set up substitutes on me. And I have finally Protect, which is just good because Registeel, of course, does not have any reliable recovery, so getting that leftovers at 6.5% could be the make or the break of the game. And finally, I've got Beatlock, my offensive Mega Tyranitar. It's got 44 speed def, 152 plus attack, and enough speed so I can outspeed Talonflame at +1. I've got Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. This is just good coverage because I get to hit Mega Scizor, Crocodile. I also get to hit Terrakion with Earthquake, and just other general things like I can hit Rodam Cut with Ice Punch as well. And I think that's all of it. But I can also hit the Raichu with Earthquakes things like that. Surprisingly, Talonflame actually half walls my Mega Tyranitar, but doesn't really appreciate a nice punch, I guess. But without further ado, let's get to the battle. So guys, here's the matchup versus Sly Gamer. Unfortunately, I didn't reset my recording software, so that means that I had to zoom in a bit, which is why the Pokemon are a bit like this. Sorry about that. But he decides to bring Terrakion, Raichu, Mega Scizor, Crocodile, Crossman, Mismagius, so I got like 5 out of the 6 right. I thought he might have brought the Rotom Cuts over the Raichu, but you know what are you gonna do? It does give him quite a bit of speed, which is pretty nice because I don't have a ground type, as you guys probably know by now. So he's pretty free to Volt Switch on the entirety of my team. This is my best switch into a Volt Switch. It's probably my Registeel. I actually brought Poison Point Scolipede the first game, so we decided to redo. So thank you for Sly Gamer for actually letting me redo this. So the first 5 turns of the match were redone, but you shouldn't be noticing anything really because it's just general play. So I'm gonna put this on the slow actually. So I go into my Zapdos. I just want to scout out what he leads off with. He leads off with Raichu, and I want to see if this thing's Life Orb. So I go for the Roost here, as he turns out not to be Life Orb. He could be a Magnet. He could be Expert Belt. I don't know. However, this does give him a free switch into a Terrakion, which was a bit kind of a ballsy play, but I mean, it wasn't exactly going to discharge. He uses the Swords Dance here, well predicted, and I didn't want to get a substitute here because if he got a substitute, he won basically. So he knocks out my Registeel, and I'm already down a Pokemon in the first 3 turns, which is super unfortunate. So he goes out into a Scizor, it's going to take an Earthquake pretty well. So by this point, I've already lost the Pokemon, and this was also when we're back to the battle. So I go into my Zapdos knowing I can take any hit from this Scizor, as he just decides to go for the Roost. I decided to fire off a Heat Wave on the odd chance he stays in, as he actually does. He was offensive Scizor, so he actually just gets knocked the heck out. Oko for me, but he does get a free switch into Terrakion again. As I predict him to go for the Sword Stance, I know, as I said in my team prep, that I can live a Rockinian Z Stone Edge coming off this thing. So I go into Beat Lock my Tyranitar as he goes to the Stone Edge. I do live it. I did check the Calico is supposed to live it, so I set up the Sand, which is nice for kind of chipping down his team. As he goes to the close combat here, kind of a misplay. Well, I guess he doesn't have to have the Stone Edge miss. I guess he was Dual Dance, but now he's at -1 defense. I know I can take any hit with my Slowbro since I invested. As I go for the Cam Mine, knowing he's going to go out into the Raichu, so if he goes for the Thunderbolt here, I can take it because I am +1 Spadef. And Slowbro seems like my win con here, just because I can take anything that he really goes for. Go for the Psyshock, knowing that it will knock Raichu down to either the point where Sandstorm chips it down, which it does, or either where I knock it out. So Raichu goes down to the Sandstorm, so there's currently 4-4. And out comes Crocodile, and I was so terrified this thing had Pursuit, but luckily it did not, as I do get to switch out into my Zapdos and get the nice regen on my Slowbro. Unfortunately, he does knock off my Charty Berry on my Zapdos, which is super annoying because then I can't really take a hit from Terrakion. He does go out into Necrozma as I do get my Signal Beam off. He has got the Tanga Berry, which is kind of weird because I don't really think I had that many Pokemon that got bug coverage or reliably, so I know Necrozma can't do too much to me, so I get a Roost, as unfortunately I do get a Confusion with my Signal Beam, and also I do, what was I going to say, I do get him confused and he does hurt himself, so that's super unfortunate, sorry about that. I go into my Slowbro knowing I can take a hit. Fortunately, he misses Stone Edge, but he actually misses 2 Stone Edges, which is super unfortunate. But I lived one at least, and if he knocked me, if he hit me with the first one, I would have swapped out and probably sacked off. I don't know what it was, probably my Aluminum Sand Slash since it literally did nothing, but I go into my Zapdos knowing this is a pretty free switch, unless he's got Rock Slide of course, but this means I can just roost up on this Pokemon, not really worry too much. Makes a very good play out of just Mismagius because he can take any hit that he wants, that I can fire off. So he goes to the Shadow Ball here, as he does reveal to be Life Orb, which is incredibly useful information. So I go for the Discharge. No paralysis in this game, unfortunately, as he does reveal the Power Gem, and it's going to take down my Zapdos, but it's fine. I got Slowbro in the back, and if I got a slack off with it, I basically won the game with Mismagius down. So I'm a bit of an idiot here. I forgot that I had no speed on my Scolipede. I just assumed it was max speed. So I just go for the Poisonium Z. It was just a good mid-round play, as Mega Horn isn't very effective against it, and I have the chance to miss, and Earthquake isn't affecting it because it's got Levitate. So I comes Necrozma. I just have to fire off a Mega Horn here to do as much damage as I can. As damage I do, I deal a good chunk of damage, so Psychic is going to knock me out, so my Alolan Sandslash and my Slowbro are the only things that remain. I go out to Pluto, my Alolan Sandslash, and I can take any hit apart from a fighting, hidden part fighting he can go for. He does go for the Brick Break, as I do manage to live that because my defense is alright, and I go for the Iron Head. So little Pluto, the Alolan Sandslash, people didn't think would do work, has actually done work. And out comes the Crocodile, the final Pokemon. Luckily, okay, well, I was going to say luckily Pluto absorbed the Intimidate, but it doesn't matter because my Slowbro isn't a physical attacker. So my Slowbro comes out with a regen boost, and I really consider this Pokemon to be like an expert belt or black glasses or something. So you're gonna see here that I kind of spam off Slack off, predicting him to like make me think he's scarfed and then go for the knockoff and win the game with 2 knockoffs. But after 3 Earthquakes, I kind of just assumed that he was scarfed. So I get off my skull. Unfortunately, no burn, because that would have allowed me to know that I could take the knockoff even if he wasn't scarfed. He does get a crit Earthquake though, which is kind of scary, but it didn't really matter in the end because I did win. Kind of unfortunate on his end that he missed the 2 Stone Edges, but I still should have been able to win with my Slowbro definitely because of the regenerator. But your NI Ariados are now 5-2. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to go tune in next week to see how we do in our battle versus Jason. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.